Well, it's me, Brian. Seems like I stored up a hornet's nest. Yeah, that's my favorite stuff. Gmail. Bro. Dude, I truly appreciate, your comments. I do. Right? I mean, you get down with it. Right? But, and you make a lot of good self points. And you too, Dennis. Dennis, you and me, the little history that we got, Dennis, I truly appreciate you too. I know you don't agree with my politics. You know what I'm saying? But there's a reason for that. For the most part, I don't have politics. I don't really care. I just go with what's right. Alright? When it comes to Google, right? Google is not really, how do I say this? Yes, Gmail. We do, First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? We have the right to free speech. Right? We are humans, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's entitled to believe, to whatever they want, you know what I'm saying? And say mostly whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Even the haters, you know what I'm saying, and the greedy corporate bastards, you know what I'm saying, everybody's got their, we're in America, well actually, you should be, in humankind, but we do have the right to speak our mind, right? And you seem to be seeing a lot of the same things that I see, right? And yes, I do watch Russell Brand, you know what I'm saying, I check him out every once in a while. Right? But, and a lot of the other YouTube influencers, so I pay attention, you know what I'm saying? I watch TV when Biden, Uncle Joe talks. I watch TV when Uncle Trump talked. You know what I'm saying? I watch TV when Uncle anybody talked all the way back till I was like 12 years old. Right? The government isn't so much taking away our rights and our personal freedoms. It's more to the point where they're allowing the corporate America, right, to suppress, right, our thinking, and because it's all nowadays, for the last 20, 25 years or so, it's always been about this, money. It's what it's all about. That's all it's about. Google makes hundreds of millions of dollars, right, a year, right, well actually quarterly sometimes, right, in advertising money, in, marketing, right, and they rely on us, the creators, you know what I'm saying, to provide them, with content for them to market. Now, a few years back, right, Google came up with the whole new community guidelines thing. All right? Because what they were trying to do is, they were trying to cut down on all of the hate speech, right, and the out and out just despicable behavior of some individuals, you know what I'm saying, right, when it comes to other, their opinions of what other people are doing. All right? That's protected under the First Amendment, free speech. Right? Now, the vast majority of us don't appreciate some of their, spew. And other people think that people like that should not even be allowed to have a voice. Well, all they're doing is spreading hate, discontent, you know what I'm saying? Sedition and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? To try to, break us up even more. What that they don't understand is that the breakdown of American culture started way back. Wow, somebody sent me a message. I ain't even trying to make it the damn video. Right? Following, and then Instagram followed their lead, right? And Instagram, instituted a whole bunch of new changes, right? And upgrades and updates, you know what I'm saying, to eliminate a lot of the hate speech and a lot, because Instagram was really bad, right? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, in the ensuing years that followed up till today, right, we've had this huge movement, right, in social media of people trying to influence everybody into their thinking, right? And this is, I'm not just talking about here in the middle, I'm talking about at the top, you know what I'm saying? Right? The Russians got their, their propaganda machine rolling, you know what I'm saying? The Chinese got their propaganda machine rolling. America's always, we don't put out propaganda, we put out disinformation, right? And everybody, at the top, right, is trying to influence all of us, poor people, into believing their line, into going this way or that way or that way or this way. You know what I'm saying? You and me, Gmail, and Dennis, and a few others, Alan C., there's countless of you guys that watch me all the time that tend to agree with what I'm saying. Right? The money is what the problem is. I mean, there's this old saying, it goes way back, that money is the root of all evil. Well, in some people's parlance, that's true. Well, in other people's parlance, that's all crap, that's bullshit, it's somebody lying to you. Right? Money's not bad. And then there's those of us that know that money is just plain evil. Right? And there's nothing good comes from money. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And this is why. The more of it that you have, right, the more despicable you could be, and nobody cares because you got enough money to buy your way out of any problem or situation, right, that you could, put yourself into, right? I mean, Michael Jackson's a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Hulk Hogan. Right? You want me to go on? Right? I mean, these people, right, knew that they had a huge influence over the masses of America, right? But yet, they still acted any old which way they wanted. And that's how the haters and the non-commenters and the bullshitters on YouTube, they follow that lead. Right? Because, somebody said it, right? That you could be anybody you want on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Right? So what, if that's the case, what's wrong with just being yourself? Why is it that at the end of the day, after you come from your miserable job that you can't stand, but you need to go to every day, right, to pay for your lifestyle, right? Why is it that when you get home after work, you take out all of your anger and all of your disillusionment and all of your, just out and out, right, distaste for American culture, right? But you got to put it on us, those of us that are just trying to be ourselves, that are just trying to, put a little bit of something out there, right, to help other people, or to encourage other people, or to hopefully educate other people, you know what I'm saying, to try to do something good with what they got. I mean, America's changed forever. COVID-19 destroyed the little tiny bit of culture we had left. Right? That's why everybody's running out to the hills to get the hell away from the cities. You know what I'm saying? Because it's ruining everything. But yet, you got even more people running to the city every day, trying to, chasing that dream, trying to get up there to the top, right? Because that's what social media is pushing at us, right? And if it doesn't agree with the line, you know what I'm saying? Then you are anything from, right, an out and out communist sympathizer all the way down to a lowly piece of crap. And the vast majority of the sheep out there don't even get it. What? They're glued to their television watching everything that's going on, right? But not understanding the root cause of everything that's going on. And that's their belief that what's going on is reality. That ain't no reality, ain't even close to reality. This book reality right here, working your butt off every day just to get somewhere. So that tomorrow you can wake up, eat breakfast, and go do it again. So that you can wake up tomorrow and eat breakfast to go do it again. That's the reality of America, right? Nothing is free here. You're catching the pattern, right? Nothing's free here. Nothing is free. You always end up working your butt off to get whatever little tiny piece of that you wanted to have in the first place. Right? You know? How do we, this is not going to change. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get thicker. It's only going to get deeper. As long as we keep letting those people, right, determine and dictate how our lives run and how they work and how much work we do every day so that they can figure out how much they can take away from us every day, right? It ain't going to change, right? Dude, I'm 63 years old. Right, I've seen so much change during the course of my lifetime, right? And none of it has been good, right? It just keeps pushing the idea of the American dream forward and onward and onward and forward. 3,000 years from now, right? When somebody digs up our civilization, what's left of our civilization, right? You know what I'm saying? That they're going to come across this idea of the American dream. Right? A house, right? You know what I'm saying? A family, you know what I'm saying? 2.5, loving kids, a doggy, a couple of cars, a boat, a motorcycle, some quads, you know what I'm saying? Killer ass stereo, entertainment system with a 80-foot screen, right? Dirt bikes, right? For when your friends come over and you can zoom around all over there, out there in the boondocks and tear shit up and leave trash everywhere, right? What do you think the scientists are going to think then? You know what I'm saying? How are they going to interpret, right, our civilization, right? You know what I'm saying? 3,000 years from now, like we're trying to interpret their, civilizations 3,000 years later, right? Think about that. Think about where your life is taking you, and don't worry about where everybody else or what social media or what so and so on Facebook said. I mean, half of the time, they're not even real anyway. Google proved that with all of this new Google, community guidelines and changes and all the creator stuff that they're fucking telling us. I mean, when I first started, there was a set pattern to how to be successful on YouTube. And believe it or not, you know what I'm saying, in the first 3 years, I was actually successful. You know what I'm saying? I was doing good. Right? And then life got in the way and shit hit the fan and bingo, right? Now I'm all the way back down and I'm struggling to try to get back up to at least part of where I was, you know what I'm saying? Because I was making at least a decent wage out of all of this effort, right? Because this is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Look at the big ones, Sonny Landowski, right? That dude, Brand, what's his name? You know what I'm saying? They worked extremely hard and went through a lot of stuff, right? And a lot of money, right? Before they finally got to the point where, you know what I'm saying, threshold hit and it took off on its own, right? And then all they had to do was just keep feeding it, but they had all this extra stuff over to the side that they were saving, that they were creating at the same time as they were trying to build themselves up, right? So that when they did hit, they could just dump all this stuff, sell it to everybody, make even 20 times more millions than they did before, right? But are they real people? Right? Money corrupts you. It makes you think weird stuff. It makes you go buy even dumber stuff. Huh? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I truly don't. I mean, I've never really had money. I mean, there was a couple of times in my life when I really did. Right? And if you guys knew the stories, right, your jaw would drop in astonishment. right, of what I have done during the course of my lifetime. Right? But everybody focuses on the negative stuff of my life because I was human and I was, doing something, for everybody, and I put my shit out there, not being afraid of nobody, right? Because that's another thing that our, system, right, is trying to suppress, you know what I'm saying, is our own courage, right? Our own sense of, right, of what's right and what's wrong, right, is being suppressed, right? No child left behind. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you guys, it's half of you guys think I'm crazy, right? And the other half of you guys say that you're right on the point, bro. Man, nothing but truth, bro. I've been this same person for the last 10, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to change. Why should I? Why do I want from coming where I came from out to here? You know what I'm saying? All right, you know what I'm saying? From one extreme to the other, right? And seeing both ends of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not all sugar plums and peaches out here either, right? It's not. You know what I'm saying? Because we have, in order to get any kind of service, right, from any of the programs or the departments, you know what I'm saying, or the humanities section of the government, right, we got to go all the way to the city, right, and then hope that somebody over there knows their job well enough to do what they need to do to help us. Because the whole system is designed for us to move forward. I ain't even finished smoking my first bomber. Right? But no. Right? All of this technology and all of this stuff they pushed on us, they pushed us forward in the last year and a half, right? 2 years, right? Is it any better? Is it any worse? What is it doing? Have any of you guys been affected, one positively or negatively, by any of it yet? Out here, nothing affects us out here except sun, wind, rain, snow, wild creatures. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen the sheriff deputy in 3 weeks. What? You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to sit out here and look through the window of the television, right? Or the smaller window of YouTube, right? Or the even smaller window, you know what I'm saying, of what's going on over there in Southville with all the gossiping bullshit, right? It's easy for me to make up my mind and say the whole world's full of crap. Right? Everybody's a hater. But it's not. But that's not the truth. That's how fragmented and how splintered we have become, right? That nobody actually really believes anybody anymore. So they're just all pushing out what they think. But yet there's a small group of us, and there's some of you guys are in this little group, huh, that know better. That we've been through enough. We've seen it before. We've understood the consequences of what happened because we lived through them. Right? And and it's funny, we're all talking about the same stuff, kind of, sort of, in a way. It all dovetails in. Right? The trick, my friends, right, is to learn how to discern the truth from all of the disinformation that all of the influencers are putting out. Because, there is some truth in it. Yes, there is. What? You understand? It's just like all of the legends that come from the mythology of the, antiquities, right? Right? There's still some truth, right, in the mythology if there's a legend about it. Because if there's a legend about it, then homeboy, somebody, Mr. or Mrs., little sister, you know what I'm saying, Joan of Arc, right? Somebody, right, acted upon that mythology, the lesson from that mythology, right? And they became a legend because of what they did with the knowledge. Right? See, so even in any line or, comment, right? Or video presentation, right? Blog post, right? There's this, if you read it on the internet, it's gotta be bullshit. No. A lot of it might be, right? But some of it has truth in it. You need to learn how to discern where that truth is and then apply it to what you believe, to what your faith is, right? I had a lady friend, right, who once told me that faith, she asked me, she said, Brian, do you know what faith is? Right? I said, yeah, I know what faith is. Faith is, that your belief in, something greater than you are. Right? She looked at me and she nodded her head. She said, yeah, that's your standard, line. Right? She said, no, she said, let me explain to you what faith really is. I said, what's that? She said, faith is that thing that you have in your heart when God is confused as to what the plan is. And it don't matter which God we're talking about. Huh? If you believe, you know what I'm saying, then you put all of your stuff into it and you be real and you be upfront, you know what I'm saying, and you be courageous in what it is that you do every day, right? No matter what anybody says, right? Humans, we have this unique ability. Do this. Now move your hands forward until you can see both of them while you're looking forward. All right? Everything that your eyes are taking in, right now I'm staring right at me. Everything that your eyes are taking in at this instant, right? You see. Right? Discern, right? Is the ability to see beyond the illusion. Oh yeah. If you made it this far into this video, that's the lesson for today. Please like and subscribe and share this video if you think it was important enough for somebody else to know. Just me, Brian. Thank you.